Hey folks, hope you're doing well. You probably clicked on this video because of the title, and you want to know whether you can mix RAMs of different sizes. For example, a 4 gig with an 8 gig, if anything happens, if your computer runs, if it does any damage. So I did the tests, and I'll give you the exact results. I tested three different sizes of RAM. I tested 4 RAM to start off with, a 4 GB of RAM to start off with. It was just a solid 4 gig stick, and this is using Adobe Premiere. You can see that it's allocating almost 1 gig, 0.8 of a gig of RAM for other applications, so it's really only using about 3.2 to render video. So it's not that much, and it's obviously not going to be that fast. So if we have a look at, I took a bit of video footage just to have a look at the different times, and the times for the 4 gig, it was round about 19 to 20 minutes. It was like bouncing up and down and settled in to about 19 minutes. And that, you don't want to watch the whole 19 minutes of Adobe Premiere rendering a video, but that was the time on that. There were no problems with the 4 gig. It ran fine, it was perfectly stable. The next one I tested was 8 gig of RAM, just once again a solid stick of RAM, and you can see that it left 1.5 gig for other applications. I didn't change any of the settings. This is exactly what, all I did was change the RAM, and then Adobe changed the settings automatically. The program changed the settings automatically to, to whatever RAM was in it. And you can see from this, you can see it was going up to about 16, 17 minutes, and it settled roughly on about 17 minutes. So it was about 3 minutes quicker, increasing the RAM from 4 gig to 8 gig. You'd expect it to be quicker the more RAM you have, to a certain point where it can't use any more, because you'll be bottlenecking on the processor. But once again, this was it had no problems. It was perfectly stable. It didn't crash or anything, so that was perfectly fine. And you can see here, this is the final bit of it, just to show you that it ran through to 100%. For the last test, I ran the 4 and 8 gigs together. I've been running this configuration in this laptop for a few weeks now, and this is what we were. This is why you clicked on the video, to see if you could, to work out whether your computer or laptop would run this. I'm on a laptop here, and I can report that from my experience, I've had no problems with this at all. The computer, it did with the 12 gig of RAM. It did run faster again by a couple of minutes, and right at the end, you'll see the exact times I got. I tested each RAM twice, so I exported this video twice, just to see if there was, if it would make any difference, and it did. It was quite odd because the times were not exactly the same. So, there was a difference of about 30 seconds in each video. I don't know why, because it was exactly the same settings, exactly the same program. All I did was change out the RAM. I don't know whether maybe it was because I used different slots or something. I couldn't, I can't tell if, if changing, the slots, whatever slot your RAM goes in, makes it any faster, or whether, it's designed to run on, a different slot. But so I wasn't sure exactly why, but there were different times. But the main point is, I ran, a 4 and 8 gig RAM. I've been running it for the last few weeks. I've had no problems with it at all. I mean, if I had, got, if there'd been, another 8 gig, I would have just bought that. But because there was only like a 4 gig, and I thought, well, I'll try it anyway. Boot up times, I couldn't notice any difference between 4, 8, and 12. The computer seemed to boot up equally as fast on all three different sizes. And here you can see the actual times that I got from it. Like I said, I didn't. This video really isn't about how if you increase your RAM, if it's if it's going to make much difference if you're exporting video. But the exact times, you can see them, they're on the screen now. So round about there was a minute difference from 12 gig, about 30 seconds for 8 gig, and about 30 seconds roughly for the 4 gig as well. So that's the results I got. And I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that you can, or I'm not suggesting and telling you to run RAMs of different sizes. I mean, I did this test and I didn't have any problems with it. So, like I said before, if you've got, if you might have some, spare RAM sitting around, or, you can try it and see if it works in your computer. I mean, and this is an older computer that I've got, so, I didn't, I probably wouldn't have gone out and bought if I was going to go out and buy brand new RAM, I would have gone out and bought like another 8 gig stick. But it was just because I was passing CEX, and the RAM was so cheap, and I thought, even if it doesn't work, it's it's not like a lot of money. And to be honest, the other thing that was that's worth noting is when I put the 12 gig of RAM in, it didn't use any more than 6 gig. So on the 8 gig, it was using 5.2, and then when I increased to 12 gig of RAM, it only used basically 0.8 of a gig more. So it was only using 6 gig of RAM. So even if I had gone to 16 gig of RAM, put 2 8s in it, it wouldn't have probably wouldn't have made any difference, because there was excess RAM there. So, but if for an older computer, I think you could probably try it if you wanted. If you have a brand new computer you've just bought and it's £600-700, and you want to increase your RAM and it's got an 8 gig stick, you're probably better off buying a brand new one, because your computer is probably going to last another 3, 4, 5 years. So it's worth spending a little bit extra. But if it's an older computer and you get you can get like RAM cheaper for way less than half the price of like a new stick, then it might be worth trying. Anyway, that's the results I got from changing different RAMs and using different sizes and the speeds. So I hope that helps if anybody is confused about reading all those Reddit posts, and nobody nobody really seemed to be able to answer that question. And there was lots of different people commenting, saying that you can do it but it won't work, or it will work, and stuff like that. And even I found one YouTube video where somebody had tried it and there was still loads and loads of comments below about people asking whether they could use, 4 gig of RAM with 8 gig. And there was no real answers. Like, nobody had said, nobody had actually tried it. So yeah, so I hope that helps you, and yeah, thank you.